Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I was in a Clubhouse room, which is an audio social app. And on there, I was introduced to a man by the name of Anil Gupta. And I don't think I've heard him speak before. But he said some things that made me really stop and think. And he has a YouTube channel, so I've been listening to some of his little snippets. And a lot of the things that he has said, I've heard before. But he says them in such a succinct, simple way that it's like a little bite-sized piece of something. And I love that because that's often how we learn. Unfortunately, that's not how I put things out. I put them out in 5-minute chunks rather than 1 minute. However, in the room this morning, and I'm going to try to do this in one take, but in the room this morning, he talked about abundance, and he talked about giving and receiving. And he gave this example, and it really struck me. He said, if somebody was to give you $100 and they said to you, I'm going to give you $100 every day as long as you give this $100 to somebody else. He asked the question, are you taking the $100 or are you receiving the $100? And the person he was talking to said, well, I'm receiving the $100. And he said, yes, that's correct. And he said, because it's being given to you, and so you are receiving it. He said, if that person was to give you $100 every day for a week, how many days would you be giving out $100? And the person said, well, I'd be giving it out for 7 days. Okay, makes sense. But he went on to sort of say, and I wish I could get this, I don't have the recording in front of me, but I wish I could get this as succinctly as he said it. But the basic premise is that $100 isn't just given for those 7 days. The $100 continues to go on to be given and received by people after that, because the person you gave the $100 to might go out and spend that $100, and then that $100 that was spent might then, allow somebody else to buy something with that $100. And so the energy of that $100 keeps going. And not only does the energy of the money keep going, but the energy of the giving and the receiving keeps going. And so it's like you're putting something out into the world that just continues to flourish and grow and is unending. And I thought that's such a beautiful way to think about giving and receiving, because it is a gift. And I've said this earlier, and I'm trying to be better. I truly am. But I said this earlier, that to me, it's much easier to give than it is to receive. But he's also sort of said, that it's a cyclical thing. It's almost like you can't pour from an empty cup. Well, if you are always giving and you were never receiving, he said, your cup eventually will not have enough in it because the energy flow has been disrupted. Now, he didn't put it quite like that. That's the way I took it. But that was a basic premise from what I understood from what he was saying. And so I urge you to go and listen to his channel, and I'll see if I can put it in the notes afterwards. But it's Anil Gupta, ANIL GUPTA. He did a TED talk as well, which is quite funny and quite poignant. And I just sort of thought, that's a really good lesson for me to really embody. And I love the fact that, it's energy moving. I love feeling energy move. I love feeling energy move through me and from me and to me, and, particularly positive energy. Not so much the negative stuff, but particularly the positive stuff. And truly, even the hard stuff, I can take it and own it, and then send it out with my own twist on it. And yeah, it just really, it struck me. It stayed with me all day, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate Gary for having introduced him to me. So that's my musing for the day. Have a great one, everyone.